Ideas are simply starting points. As soon as I start to work, others well up in my pen. To know what you're going to draw, you have to begin drawing. Pablo Picasso. Are you struggling to come up with creative ideas? You might be depending on insight over persistence, but there's evidence that shows that the more you try, the more ideas you come up with. And that is what this video is about. Hey, what's up? Welcome to Chibi Studio, where we talk about creativity and personal growth. I'm Chibi Chiquita, a multidisciplinary artist, and this is my studio. Research finds that creative ideas are often generated via two cognitive pathways: persistence and insight. Persistence is that effortful ability to pursue a goal, and like when I am trying to come up with a song verse and it really doesn't sound the way I would like it to. I can't find the words. I'm really struggling. But I spend more time doing it until it starts sounding out the way I would like it to. And that was through a lot of effort. It wasn't something that came easily to me. Oftentimes that isn't the case. Sometimes I'm able to write songs without any effort at all. And this is what we call insight, the effortless and often sudden understanding of new ideas and solutions, commonly referred to as the aha moment. This is like whenever you're taking a shower and ideas just come to you out of nowhere and you really weren't even looking for them. You weren't even thinking about it. And then you're like, oh, whoa, that sounds like a good idea. The way that looks like for me is oftentimes I come up with a whole melody and the lyrics, and then I just start singing it. And I'm like, okay, great. I just came up with a song out of nowhere and I'm just washing my hair. People often believe that insight is the most important part of creativity. They even think that they can get more ideas by distracting themselves and that they will get less ideas from persisting. However, this isn't true. So, American professors and researchers Brian J. Lucas and Lauren F. Nordgren studied this, and they call it an insight bias. So people highly underestimated the power of persisting in order to get more ideas versus effortless discovery and effortless unexpected moments. These researchers state that understanding these faulty beliefs is important because they influence how people choose to engage in creative work. Yeah, so what this insight bias does is if you choose to believe that insight is the only way that you're really going to come up with any valuable ideas, this is truly going to limit you, and you might actually be influenced to give up before you even get started or long before you are happy with the results, because then, it kind of discourages you. Steve Jobs said, creativity is just connecting things. When you ask creative people how they did something, they feel a little guilty because they didn't really do it. They just saw something. And this is why we need to practice and persist at coming up with our creative ideas in order to just make more connections. So we train ourselves to make more connections. And this is why persistence, in turn, makes you more creative. So don't underestimate that. People overestimate insight, but that can't be the go-to. That can't be the way we automatically think that that's the answer to getting good ideas, and that's going to be the key to when we are struggling with things. That's where we have to be careful. The next time that I am struggling on writing a song, I'm also not going to give up so easily, because sometimes I want to. Sometimes I'm like, oh, today's just not my day. And then I'll literally just stop. We can't just only work whenever it's easy. Creativity is in itself a muscle. It's a system of habits. And it's the way that we train our brain to work, to come up with these more original ideas. And it's something that we also need to work on, just like working out your physical muscles. I want to encourage you that the next time you want to work on something, the next time you have some kind of inspiration, remember that it starts there. but you really need to get moving before anything starts making sense. Just like Pablo Picasso also says, inspiration exists, but it has to find you working. Let me know in the comments, what is something that you are going to persist in this week? Don't forget to subscribe and leave a like before you go. Peace. This is my segment where I bring up fun facts that I found during my research or any extra info that didn't make it to the main video. First one here is that Thomas Edison experimented on over 1,600 filaments while designing the light bulb, including hairs from a friend's beard. The next one is Pablo Picasso still holds first place in the Guinness World Records as the visual artist with the most amount of pieces done. And it's a lot of work, thousands and thousands of pieces. Last but not least, since I love quotes so much, here's another one. High, but not the highest intelligence, combined with the greatest degree of persistence, will achieve greater eminence than the highest degree of intelligence with somewhat less persistence. Catherine Cox in her study of 301 historical figures. I hope this video was helpful to you and that you get inspired to persist. Thanks for being here.